I'm Steve Ledbetter. I'm the mayor with the city of Woodbury, Georgia. It's a peach of a place. It's a great little town. Formerly, we were known as the pimento capital of the world. Like many small cities across Georgia, we suffered an economic downturn back in the 1990s. After NAFTA, all of our peach packing plant, all of our pepper plant, all of those jobs went away. We lost about 500 jobs in our small community. And over the next decade, we really suffered as a result of that loss of employment. Our city began to die. The blight took over. Our buildings began to deteriorate. But as working with Georgia Tech over the last few years, we've really made a turnaround for what our community looks and feels like through a strategic assessment of our community.
The two most important things to redevelop a community are having a shared community vision, as well as knowing what valuable assets are unique to that community. Georgia Tech works closely with communities and does active surveys to get that kind of input from the residents. We also do on-the-ground surveys to help determine what historical assets, tourism assets, and other important things within the community are truly unique.
The Center for Economic Development Research conducted a strategic priorities assessment for the city of Woodbury. We did this because they were applying for their rural zone designation from the Georgia Department of Community Affairs. And we used our University Center designation from EDA, the Economic Development Administration, to do this project under a program that we have called the Economic Development Research Program. And we're able to use funding from that to help offset some of the research costs that it would normally cost to do a project like this.
So as a result of implementing the Georgia Tech strategic plan from last year, our community has done quite a number of things already. We've brought 3 new restaurants into town. We've sold 20 of the 42 pieces of property. They've exchanged hands just in the last 6 months. Switch and Grind, our coffee shop, is now in play. Next door to that is our pizzeria, Paparella's Pizzeria. Just between these two new businesses, we have increased 10 new jobs. We have another new business in our downtown, Resurrect Antiques. We've created 3 additional new jobs there.
Resurrect means to bring back to life, to rebirth, rediscover, and I have things in my shop from 100, 200 years ago that someone made back then, and they're being rediscovered here at my shop, and I feel the same is happening here in Woodbury. The town of Woodbury is being rediscovered.
We have 2 of our previously city-owned properties, our old city hall and our old police department. They have since sold this year, and they're in the process of revitalizing those 2 buildings. That will add an additional 20 jobs to our downtown. Just in the last 6 months, we've also brought our manufacturing business to our community. That's created 15 additional jobs. We have 2 new subdivisions coming in. One will be just south of our downtown property here where we're located. It will bring approximately 40 houses, and the other community will be just north of us, and they're only bringing 10 houses in initially. But 50 houses for our small community is a large impact, and we're excited about those new houses coming in.
The plans that the mayor showed us was like, really, can we see this really happening? And then as the step goes with the internet, and then this will happen and that will happen, and then you start seeing these visions and you start seeing the progress, and you see how people are like super excited about it, and then you know that the future is going to be even brighter.